Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Indiana Hoosiers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Nittany Lions will put total leather and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Hoosiers offense will have the first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, Dave?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide-out level noise. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Catch in the middle, it's Barker. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Really nice decision by the quarterback. 3rd and long, and nothing was open deep down the field, so he's able to check it down and get it to a pretty athletic guy who shows you what they can do with the ball after the catch. He finds a few blocks, he uses his speed, and that turns into be a huge gain for the offense.
Now on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Becker. He stops him at the 30, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
He wants to throw it again. Fires to the tight end. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Becker. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Trying to barge in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you're looking for from the defense. You're expecting runs, 2nd and goal. Got to find a way. You can't give an inch. This part of the field, this yard marker right here, you've got to be physical. A nice job by the defense winning that 2nd down.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one.
You ain't touching my
very dependable for this squad.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Slips through the line.
Move, ref. The hell out the way, ref.
Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up. It's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. The give to the back.
Yeah.
Hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Becker. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Got it in the middle. It's Becker.
Yeah, and the slant routes are just typically one of those that it's a timing route. It's a big body route. A lot of times I throw it to my big guy who's going to catch it and give me positive yards most of the time.
Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third.
Give me some of that, boy. Give me some of that, boy.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush. But with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. So Penn State's offense will go to work for the first time today. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player. And I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season. But this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Might be changing the route. The pitch to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On third down, he drops the throw. That's caught. It's Denmark. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
Right there, I think you need a better play call. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw has got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that first down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these third downs present themselves.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Trying to get it to the marker. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your offensive line to go forward in that situation of the field at this juncture of the game, but this head coach does, and his offense shows you why. Great job up front getting some push, and the running back knew exactly where he needed to go.
The Nittany Lions will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Give to the running back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
The Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Nittany Lions back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then a good clean stick on him. That's 2 things he has to think about on one play.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Find some fresh air. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. The give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You could tell. They had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Happy Valley has given us a fun first half. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in State College, PA.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Smacks him with the stiff arm. He's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, gets it right back to the touchback position, and the offense will take over. Tight end now in motion, trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Davis. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Sends the offense onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Hand off from the shotgun. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Off play action. Punts it out of the air. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Here's the handoff. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. We talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season, but this offense just can't find a way to get it going, and I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Snap from the gun on third down. Snagged in the middle. It's Barker. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Hoosiers have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Get it out on the screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
They go to the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Trying to barrel in. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. See if they can get it done on second and goal. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Straight ahead. And this
Hell
will
no,
be
you
stopped
get
for no gain. This Nittany Lion defense has just been suffocating. The front seven has been dominant. Guys like Jack Ham would be proud.
Yeah, just big, physical, just owning the guys up front. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Penn State defense.
Touchdown, Hoosiers! They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Turning it on! Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's got an open man. Open space at the 25. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Georgia State is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. They're trailing by just 2 to Coastal Carolina. Sun Belt, Fun Belt. We'll circle back if anything.
Nothing but green grass down the middle. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Lost the fire on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Touchdown,
What?
Indiana! And they've moved out front.
Bullshit.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. The Nittany Lions with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The sweet feet buy a little time. And to get rid of it quickly. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
And this is a big third down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack. Because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. They send the tight end in motion. The give to the tailback. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. Now the play fake. Dances away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes a grab past the marker. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping up the big play. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. And the Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his big tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Offense gets set for second down. Trying play action. Moving away from pressure. He's got it on the run. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. So now the opportunity to take the lead with a 1st and goal here. He's looking to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket.
Yo, you had it, dick face.
Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Unleashes to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, this late in the game, it's go time. I got to have a score. I'm not worried about downs. I'm going through my 2-minute script. We know what's coming. We practiced this all week. It's second down, incomplete pass, go to third down. If we need to go for it on fourth down, this offense just has to keep that high energy up and try to run these plays fast.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. He wants to throw it. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Shit.
On top here in the fourth.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense. And I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
He's taking the deep shot. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.